and accordingly, the government now has a priority not only to use technology to allow for ease of registration and identification of nationals overseas, but also looking at the available resources to address issues when they arise. Senator Johnson Smith added that the review comes amid changing global dynamics in a world that is fraught with tensions and the increased frequency of outbreaks of conflict, war, and humanitarian crises. Deputy Opposition Spokesperson on Road and Works, Dwayne Vaz, is raising concerns regarding what he describes as a pattern of inconsistencies and confusion surrounding the government's Spark Road Rehabilitation Program. Mr. Vaz said the program was originally slated as a short-term initiative from January 2025 to March 2028, but it now appears, according to expenditure estimates, it is set to be extended until 2030. He also said while Portfolio Minister Robert Morgan recently indicated Spark would address approximately 1,200 kilometers of Jamaica's 26,000 kilometers of roads, the latest figure seemingly differs from an earlier one. Mr. Vaz further claims that initial estimates promised approximately 693 roads, ensuring at least 10 per constituency. He said, however, that recent statements suggest this figure may have been cut to around 400, raising concerns about whether the original constituency allocation will be honored. An emotional Bruce Golding says his late brother, Dr. Trevor Golding, was one who used his life and medical skills to prolong the lives of others. The former Prime Minister was speaking at Dr. Golding's funeral held at the University Chapel on Thursday.
We are from a family of long livers. Dad died at 95, Mom at 91, Trevor died at 81. But he lived a good life, a useful, productive life. You know, I'm so gratified at the number of his patients that I have met casually, who have told me how he helped them, how he gave them good advice, pointed them in the right direction, and helped them to live a longer, more satisfying life.
Dr. Trevor Golding died on February 10. Golding was a medical doctor who specialized in areas including radiology. He was the oldest of the three sons of former Speaker of the House, Tertius Golding. Bruce Golding praised the close relationship both he and his younger brother Tony shared with their big brother.
There were three of us, and we were like three gungo peas in one pod. That is not a cliche. It was our reality. It is how we lived. We were not triplets, but we, Trevor, I, and Tony, lived like we were triplets, my friends. There were three of us, now only two, but walk with my brother. We will catch up very soon, and we will bring the same gungo peas pod that was our living quarters for almost 80 years.
Bruce Golding, former Prime Minister of Jamaica. Meanwhile, a tearful Senator Shireen Golding Campbell read a tribute to her uncle written by Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness.
So as Juliet and I join in supporting you and the extended family at this time of mourning, we trust you will be comforted in bidding farewell to a man who takes his rest with the fitting accolade. Well done, thou good and faithful servant, and who lives on in loving memories. May his soul rest in peace. Love you, Uncle Trevor.
Senator Shireen Golding Campbell, niece of Dr. Trevor Golding. And now to news from the region. Trinidad and Tobago has joined a newly established military alliance known as the America's Counter-Cartel Coalition. The country joined the alliance after United States President Donald Trump signed the Doral Charter at the Shield of the Americas Summit in Doral, Florida. Addressing the handpicked invitees at the summit, President Trump said, "The heart of our agreement is a commitment to using lethal military force to destroy the sinister cartels and terrorist networks once and for all. We'll get rid of them. We need your help." He added, "You have to just tell us where they are. We have amazing weaponry, as you probably noticed over the last short period of time." The other countries present were Guyana, Paraguay, Dominican Republic, Panama, Honduras, El Salvador, Ecuador, Costa Rica, Chile, Bolivia, and Argentina. And now for news on the international scene. A Dubai resident has been killed by falling shrapnel from an aerial interception, officials in the United Arab Emirates say. Qatar and the UAE both reported being attacked by missiles and drones on Saturday, while Saudi Arabia says a missile was launched towards a military base. Iran's president earlier in the day offered an apology to neighboring states and said Tehran would not strike them unless attacked first. However, Iran's foreign minister says the country's openness to de-escalation has been almost immediately killed by Donald Trump. The US president has said Iran surrendered to its neighbors and vowed to hit the country very hard. Israel has warned residents in the southern suburbs of Beirut to evacuate as it targets the Iran-backed Hezbollah group. Meanwhile, the BBC has learned that the UK aircraft carrier HMS Prince of Wales has been placed on advanced readiness. Let's now turn to sport. Chelsea twice came from behind to scupper 10-man Wrexham's hopes of a giant killing in a thrilling FA Cup fifth round in Wales. The final score in that match, Wrexham 2, Chelsea 4. And now for a recap of the top stories making the news at this hour. Supreme Court orders that Dr. Marjorie Fullerton be reinstated as principal of Mergrove High School in St. Andrew. OUR and Digicel Jamaica signed service level agreement aimed at strengthening how customer complaints are handled. 2 men killed and a firearm seized during an alleged confrontation with the police in Manchester on Thursday. I'm Andrew Cannon. You can find the news on our website at rivernews.ai and on the River News app available on Google Play and the App Store. News is next at 5 tomorrow afternoon. Good afternoon.
Get ready, students!
For the school,
Get ready, parents, and get ready, schools!
Some say pull up your pants and put it on your waist and
From February 27 to May